Hi, George. Nice to
Hey,
see you
Joey.
again.
Thanks for having me on your show. It's great to be here. I'm very excited.
Well, thank you. I
Of
appreciate it a lot. And how are you
course, I'm
doing?
doing great. Happy Friday, and hello to all your listeners. It's great. I can't believe you're a year in. How's the podcast journey been for you?
It's been great. I really enjoy talking about astrology. So I gave you some questions. Are you ready to answer those?
I am ready.
Okay.
Hit me.
So I remember when you wrote that explanation for why you started AA, and how long did it take you to really get to that point where you could share? Like how many years or months would you say?
My journey with drinking and quitting drinking has been interesting, and it just starts. I guess it just starts from a young age where everyone's doing it, and it seems like the normal thing to do. But I think it's different with everyone, and especially for me, and especially hockey players and athletes. The way when you do something, whether it's your sport or partying, you do it one way, and that's 100%. So and that was me with drinking. And by the time I got to college, it was just more partying. But I think it really became an issue post college, I'd say, and especially the drinking mixed with dealing with head injuries is just a bad mix, because when you're dealing with post concussion syndrome, it already feels like a hangover every day, and then when you compile drinking on top of that, it just makes it you know twice as bad. So, but you know what? I was a functioning drinker. I was still doing well on my job. I had a great job at NBC Sports. But I just got tired of feeling sick and tired is the way I would explain it. So I just wanted to feel better in the mornings. I was so sick of dealing with hangovers. I was sick of dealing with regret the next day if I said something stupid, or if I, just got removed from a party. So I just wanted I wanted to challenge myself to be better and to feel better and
Yeah.
be the best version of myself. And, a couple of my close friends had quit drinking. They were about 6 months into their journey, and they told me a little bit about it. They're just like, you know, you just won't believe how good you feel after you stop drinking. And then I was like, really? That's interesting. So that got me interested, and having close friends kind of guide me through the process was huge, just the belief and to support me. But all I really needed was one AA meeting. So I didn't tell you this, that I went to one meeting, and that's all I needed, because I just saw all these different stories of people, and they were my age, they were 50 years old, 70 years old, and just a lot of destruction from alcohol. And that's all I needed. I only needed one meeting. I thought it was cool. It was one of the hardest things I had to do was, they go around the room and say your name and say I'm an alcoholic. And I was just like, wow, that was awkward. That was tough to say, but I'm kind of glad I said it. So what? Yeah, I needed to say it. And since then it's been, I've found more strength in my close friends that have also quit. So, but I've also found strength in doing it myself in a sense. I like the challenge of, doing it myself, and it gives me a certain power, certain strength that I carry every day. And it's one of the best things I've ever done was quit alcohol. As much as fun as it was, would I like to have a beer every now and then at a glass of wine? Sure, but that's just not the way I am. Like I said, if I do it, I'm gonna do it. So
So
it's
how old were you for that first AA meeting? How old?
that was so that was I'm 30. I'm about to turn 33. So that was about 3 years ago. Um,
30.
exactly. And yeah, it was, like I said, it was tough to look myself in the mirror, really, and say, you might have a problem here. But
Yeah.
that's what growing up and being the best version of yourself is. Just like, you need to, it's full accountability, right? And it's easy to, you know, just to go through life and not really face your problems. But I realized, with my concussions, I was really suppressing it with alcohol, because,
Yeah.
head injuries are very difficult to deal with. And I think I had some anxiety issues, and some, even with the life after hockey aspect, when hockey ended for me, it was very difficult. And I think alcohol was a way for me to, suppress that. But, now now I find, instead of drinking, I'm working out, I'm reading, I'm I'm getting to bed early, and it's the better way to live. It really is.
Yeah.
So
Do you think that the culture that you grew up in, your dad being Irish from Boston, do you feel that it's a culture? I mean, I don't want to say Irish so much as I don't really know. But
I think it is genetic. I think it
okay.
is genetic,
Yeah.
and I also think it's part of it was part of hockey culture a little bit, a part of
Is a part of
school.
sports culture.
Yeah,
Football
sports
players.
culture and college too. Like college is
Yeah.
crazy, and it comes down to you. Like people, you got to decide what your goals are.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you can't have fun. You can
Right.
definitely have fun, but there's got to be a balance, and there's got to be priorities, and there's got to be a certain level of discipline. And for me, I didn't have it at a young age. I wish I did, but I just didn't have it. So now I've kind of turned it around, and like I said, I'm an all or nothing person. And so
I remember you as a young child watching you play hockey. We went to a lot of your games over there. Centennial Ice
Mhm.
Rink. I remember when you broke your leg. I remember all that. So I think the one way I know you're grown up now is that you have accountability for yourself. You don't blame your culture that you grew up in. You don't blame your parents. And that's something that took me a long time to figure out. It's like I'm in charge of my own destiny. It's 53 now, I'm saying that to you. So it's a lifelong process growing up. It doesn't end just because you're out of college. You're like, oh, no, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it's like I said, it's full accountability. It's looking yourself in the mirror, and it's a growth mindset, right? It's just trying to get better, like you just said, every day, and challenging yourself, because that's where you find I think joy and happiness. It's not fun just to be okay with being okay. I like, it's fun to challenge yourself and do the hard things. And another thing that we haven't talked about too is just excuse me, is just nicotine. Like nicotine, for example, was
Did you dip? You dipped.
yeah. Oh yeah. I dipped from a very young age. I
know.
was addicted to nicotine at age, I think 15. And
I know.
it just is part of hockey culture. And it just seems like the thing to do. Like if you're a cool kid playing hockey, you dip. So
it's not just hockey. It's
yeah,
football,
exactly.
baseball.
I don't think it's talked about enough how bad it is to be addicted to nicotine. And I was the most addicted person. I'm actually a year in now to my quit, and that has been harder than quitting alcohol. Huge challenge. And addiction's tough. You just always have a monkey. Like when you're addicted to chew, you always have that monkey on your back saying, when am I going to get my next dip? And it's exhausting.
Yeah.
So, and every day is a challenge too. I'm not out of the woods, but I still think about it. Like it's crazy. It's a scary addiction. I still have dreams. I have dreams about it. Nicotine is coffee times 20 for it's a powerful drug that is, and it's available. As long as you're 18, you can go to the store, and it's going to kill you one way or the other, the way I look at it. So
well, this is what I say to my kids. You're going to be addicted to something, right? Could be exercising. People get addicted to that. So you got to choose your vice.
Yep.
As long as it isn't hurting anyone else, killing anyone else, you're a human. You're not an angel, So you got to realize as a human, you have to have a release. So do you meditate? Do you exercise? What do you do to get that monkey off your back?
Yeah, that's well said by you. And exercise has become my new addiction. I'm crazy, and I enjoy rollerblading. So rollerblading
really fast.
I think I'm a little bit of a adrenaline junkie too. So I like the speed. I love the skate. Hockey's been my whole life, and I really love the skating aspect of hockey. To me, skating is an art in a sense. It's a beautiful motion, and I really enjoy it. And I go for 5 to 10 miles. I try to go every day. It's tough in the winter in New England, obviously. So if I'm not rollerblading, I'm on the bike, I'm on the Peloton, and
Good.
I do at least I try to get 20 minutes of cardio in every single day. I really hold myself accountable to that, because if I don't, I just don't feel I don't feel good. Like after you exercise, you get that endorphin rush. You're more alert, and you just feel better about your day and yourself and your body. So exercise has been huge for me. And the cool thing about it too is like you keep leveling up, right? You can keep going a little bit farther, you can start with 10 minutes, start with 5 minutes a day, because I think when hockey ends, especially this is huge for athletes, when you dedicate your life to a sport, whether it's hockey, football, soccer, you're exercising every day, you're getting that endorphin high every day. And when you stop, you say, oh my God, I've just spent my whole life, exercising. I don't need to do it anymore. Why would I do it? But you actually need to do it more than ever, because you don't want to lose that, that endorphin high that you've gotten. So exercising has been critical, I think, for me, recently, and I really enjoy doing it. I like the challenge, and also I don't meditate, but my new thing is taking cold showers. So I take at least freezing cold showers once or twice a day, and it just gets that blood rush into your, gets new blood into your body, and it's very it's almost painful, at first, but it's that's my meditation.
That's like the cold baths you have to take after a game, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've been doing the sauna a little bit, which I'm sure you talk about meditation on your podcast a bit. What benefits do you see, or why do people? Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, meditation I started after my car accident, right when I moved to Chicago, and your mom and dad were nice enough to let me babysit you. I think you were 1.5. Oh, you love the polar bears. I remember that. But I started meditation because in conjunction with yoga, because I had severe back pain, I had 2 broken ribs, plastic surgery, the whole bit. So I started at Northwestern with a bunch of older people that were my age, and I was like 22 at the time. And I only took a class that was for back pain, only concentrating on those poses for your back pain. And it turned into meditation for me because I stopped wanting to go to class and do it myself at home, so I could hold the poses longer. Because in class you move along, And so I would stay at home and do it myself for 2 hours instead of 1 hour. And the meditation really helped me to not be so unhappy because my face was all messed up. And it really helped me look inside and say, why am I alive? You see, so that's when you really get deep, right? Why am I alive? Why did that person get killed in a car accident and not me? So you have a little bit of guilt remorse there, survivor remorse they call it. And I was just kind of starting out with college, so things were just happening. I was 21 when it happened, It was my best friend who was driving at the time. And she got her knee jammed into the steering wheel, and she got an infection, and she stayed there in the hospital longer than me. And so that was something I meditated on too. It was like, wow, why did I heal so quickly? And why am I still so optimistic about my life? And so that's what meditation has done for me, is helped me to really appreciate my life. When you look at your life in context with other people's lives, it doesn't help you to do that. You have to only look at yourself and see what it is makes you happy. And then you want to share your happiness with others. That's where I'm at.
Yep. That's powerful. And I think you're talking about gratitude there. And that's been a huge part of my life too, is just, being thankful for every day, treating every day as a gift. And
yes,
it's what
meditation does. It gives you gratitude. It's important. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I still get angry at people.
Yeah.
But I also use my philosophy on my children, and it looks like it's worked. So that's why I said, okay, I'm willing to talk about it now. Because before, I'm like, I don't want to be like a know-it-all or something, And now I got Sai, who's 11, and he challenges me so much. I was like, he's so smart because he's got all his brothers telling him things, and he listens to everything. It's like, and the internet, he knows so much. And so I have him help